So thank you everybody once again for joining us this evening on World AIDS Day. We're excited to have this program kick off presented by the Center for Young Adult, Adolescent, and Pediatric HIV, as well as the Northwell Expressions Business Employee Resource Group. So World AIDS Day happens every year on December 1st. It's an opportunity to show support for people living with and affected by HIV and AIDS. We use this day to bring attention to the epidemic by increasing awareness and speaking out against stigma. Did you know that in 2020, about 37.7 million people are living with HIV around the world? And of note, about 65% of those infections are among the LGBTQIA+ community globally, including gay men and transgender people. Today, we're happy to have our keynote speaker, Dr. David Rosenthal, who will go over with us today how HIV and AIDS has impacted the LGBTQIA+ community over the decades, as well as the advancement of medical options available today. We're also super excited to have our special guests perform with us today in the spirit of getting well for AIDS and HIV, as we will be hosting performances throughout today's session, as well as a 30-minute Zumba session. We're really gracious to all of our performers who have dedicated their time for us. So we will be including their Zelle information should you feel, if you would like to donate to their performers directly. And then lastly, this event is really a fundraiser for the Northwell LGBTQ Health Program. So we will be dropping in the chat the link to donate, and our campaign will be live even after the event. So without further ado, I will pass it along to my colleague, Eliana, who will talk with us about the performers as well as more about the keynote. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. As Jared said, thank you so much for attending our first dance-a-thon, and we hope this will be the first of many. The first performer would be Anna, pronouns she, her. Another performer is Fantasia, pronouns as well, she, her, and Miguel, pronouns he, him, and they will be singing some lovely songs. The DJ tonight is DJ Speed. Thank you so much for the amazing music. And Zumba is by Danny, pronouns he, him, or she, her. Our keynote speaker is the medical director for the Center for Young Adult, Adolescent, and Pediatric HIV, Dr. David Rosenthal, pronouns he, him. I will now have the first performer, Anna. Anna is from Queens, New York, and she will be singing the first song, Hero. Below is her Zelle information for anyone that wants to donate.
So my name is Anna. Thank you for having me here. It is an honor as an ally of the LGBTQIA community. So I am very thrilled to be here and do this for such a great cause and such a great organization as Northwell.
To carry on, and you cast
That was amazing. A performance by Anna. Her Zelle number will be placed in the chat if anybody would like to donate. Our next performer is Miguel from Queens, New York. Pronouns him and he, and also his Zelle number would be in the chat if anybody would like to donate.
Thank you, everybody. My name is Miguel. I've been a friend of Horowitz for a long time. I was very honored to be asked to take part in this event, and from the depth of my heart, I really appreciate being here and giving you my best. So I hope that we get to do this a lot more often, and I think it's going great. Everybody's loving it. You guys, like, behind cameras, I think everybody's very happy to see this, and it's for a great cause. So I hope you guys enjoy the show. yes.
And now our keynote speaker, Medical Director for the Center for Young Adult, Adolescent, and Pediatric HIV Program, pronouns he, him, Dr. David Rosenthal.
I'm not sure how I can follow that. I'm certainly not going to sing that way, so that's not going to. It would be very bad if I tried. So, thank you so much to Anna and Miguel, and thank you so much for all the work that the team put together to kind of make this event happen. I'm super excited that we're doing this first event, and I think it's really an exciting opportunity. Lots and lots of enthusiasm. So thank you so much to Eliana and Gio and for kind of coming up with this idea and starting things. And thank you so much for Jorge for all of the recording and kind of bringing together all the performers at Hombres, which is awesome. So it's a great way to start. I'm really excited. And I completely agree with what Alex just said is that, you know, hopefully in the future we can be in person and do something like this. But for right now, this is a lot of fun. And it's kind of a really nice way to start. And it's a good way to talk about HIV epidemic very briefly. So I'm going to kind of just give everyone a little bit of updates and backgrounds and kind of telling, so we can talk a little about where we've been. We've made a great progress, actually. So we've actually been able to really decrease the amount of HIV transmission that we've been seeing in the United States significantly. And so we're seeing a decrease in overall number of cases. A large portion of this is due to PrEP. And I think it's really a phenomenal improvement that we've been able to see. And I do know that we've got a couple of our friends from industry that are joining us here. So thank you so much for those folks that came by. It's really nice to see you guys. It's a pleasure to have really kind of talk about the impact that we've been seeing that's been going on here. So the good news is that we've seen a dramatic decrease over time of individuals aged 13 to 24 that are living with HIV in the United States. And so that's continuing to trend downward. But unfortunately, what we've seen to the contrary is actually a growth of the population in the 25 to 34-year-old cohort. So it's really important that we continue to talk about what we can do to reach people and really make sure that we're addressing things. And so our program has kind of grown with this epidemic. We originally started seeing babies that were born with HIV, and then we started seeing young adults and adolescents, and now we're really seeing patients into their 30s because it's really where the epidemic is centering, and it's really what we need to be doing to continue to address that. And so that's kind of how our program has adapted to really meet the needs of the community. What's still sad and unfortunate is that 20% or 1 in 5 new infections are among youth aged 13 to 24. And people don't know that they're infected, and so they're transmitting HIV. And what we see actually in youth is that in the overall population, 86% of people knew their status. But in youth, only 55% of people really knew what their status was. So we really are the least likely to know what's going on, and therefore they're probably the most likely to transmit HIV. So really making sure that we're doing testing is essential. I spoke earlier today to the United Federation of Teachers and kind of talked to them about what they can do as teachers and educators and what we can do to kind of really make an impact, because it's really important that we let youth know about this. We make sure people get tested, and I always give them the message that knowledge is power. So if we know what our HIV status is, then we can certainly do something to treat it and to do what's going to be able to address it. But unfortunately, like COVID, we are seeing HIV still really dramatically impact, especially in the younger cohort, individuals that are African American and Hispanic, with a very, very large proportion of individuals, with about 70 to 80% of youth that are actually in the communities of color. So we really need to not only be addressing the community at large, but we really need to make sure that we're getting this message into the communities of color so that people know what's going on, so they can take care of their health and so they can be empowered to really do more about them. And 70% of those new cases that we're seeing are from gay and bisexual men, and also from trans individuals, specifically trans women. So that we really have a lot of work to still do in this area. One thing that's a really nice tool is if you go to this website, https://www.in.cdc.gov HIV risk, you can actually put in a little bit of information about yourself. It's all anonymous, and it actually talks about a risk reduction tool, and it's about things that you can do to decrease your risk and things that you can kind of come up with. So that can be different options and different resources for yourself, but it's something that you can really look at as an opportunity. And whenever I show this slide, I say, I'm never as cute as this person. this doctor that's here in this picture. But what's really important is that we really talk about sex with our patients. So a lot of us here are healthcare providers, work for Northwell Health, we're really involved. And I think the key discussion is we've got to be able to have open and transparent conversations where we can really have these conversations and talk about what's important to them so we can understand intimacy and we can make sure that they're aware of what's going on so that they can have an honest conversation with us and we can really help them navigate things so that they can be able to have the intimacy they're looking for, but also in a way that is able to make sure they're absolutely as safe as possible. So it's something that's really interesting, but when you take a look at it, 85% of individuals have an interest in talking to their providers about this topic, but the majority of providers don't even bring this up. And so we talk about smoking cessation and things like that, but only half of us as providers really ask these questions about intimacy. And so it's important that we do that. And that's something that we're really messaging and bringing forward. We're talking in the medical schools, and we're really trying to teach the next generation of providers to be able to do this. I can't say enough about rapid testing. That's part of Solomon, and that's my finger, which is not so exciting, but you can see that just with one drop of blood in this lateral flow assay, you can actually be able to, within 20 minutes, have your HIV status. And so it's super easy to do. It takes no problem to be able to make that happen, and it's something that's really important. And so I think that what we've got to do is we've got to find ways that we can be able to have more and more people know their status, figure out what's going on. If you're ever interested in having HIV testing, you can always just reach out to our team, and we're happy to help. And there's Solomon himself, not only to see a picture of himself, but also in person. So I forgot to share my screen the right way. I'm going to stop for 1 second, and I'm going to reshare it. I apologize. That's my bad. We're going to do it this way. So I am not nearly as good as our DJ or as our singers, but we are going to attempt to see if I can get this to play. Blah.
Come on.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex.
Okay, so I certainly do not have a job in singing, and I get that. But I'll keep doing my day job instead. But I think that when Salt and Pepper wrote this song, really what they're talking about is ways to have conversations and be able to talk to your partner. And I think that if they were going to write this song today, I think part of that conversation would actually be bigger and larger, and that would talk about the importance of PrEP and talk about the importance of being able to know your status and know what's going on. So I think that's really an important message for us to have. So I'm going to briefly just remind everyone what PrEP is and what it's for. It's for someone who does not have HIV, and what you do is you take one pill once a day, and it decreases your risk for becoming infected with HIV. You could be concerned about acquiring HIV. You could have a higher risk for acquiring HIV. You could have had a sexually transmitted infection. You could have a seronegative or seropositive partner. Anything that's going on that's right for you, you could decide what's happening and that you would want to decrease your risk for having HIV. I talk about PrEP largely as kind of it's like an insurance policy. It's another thing that you can do to help protect yourself so that you're able to make sure that you're able to keep yourself from acquiring HIV if that's something that you're interested in doing. And there's two different modalities. And so it's really important that we talk about PrEP versus PEP. And the terms sound very similar, so it's easy to get confused. The way I think about it is PrEP is risk-based. It's based on what's going on all the time. You start PrEP before you're possibly exposed to HIV. It's a preventative modality. It helps keep you safe. So it's sort of like if you don't want to get pregnant, you're able to do birth control pills, or you're able to do something like that. It's a preventative modality. Whereas if you have something that happened and there's an oops moment that occurred, and that oops moment may be something like a condom broke, or there was something that happened, or there was sexual assault or a needle stick, whatever that was, then you want to do something that's going to be event-based. That's when you're going to be able to do something that's different. That's going to be something called PEP. And that's going to be for something that's similar to, like, in not birth control, it would be more like Plan B. And we call it Plan B because it's not Plan A. Plan B is kind of what you use as the backup plan. So PEP is our backup plan, and we use PEP when we need to. But if you've used PEP a couple of times, you may want to think about PrEP. And so it's really important for us to remember that PrEP is for people that do not have HIV, and we basically need to continue to monitor your blood to make sure that you stay HIV negative, and you get to hang out with someone who's sort of cool like me. Okay, so I'm not that cool, but I at least can sing a little bit. Well, maybe not. I can take care of your medical care. Let's do that. So we can do good things, and we can make sure that we're able to talk about what's happening so you can be healthy. But PrEP is not just a medication, it's really part of a complete package. So we really need to talk about what you want to do to continue to keep yourself safe, and taking your medication, and also what you're doing for continued testing and lab work, as well as condom use. So all of these things are kind of part of the PrEP and prevention package, and it all kind of comes together. So I'm super excited that Northwell Health put together this ad campaign. It's the first time Northwell Health showed gender diverse folks and people that were same-sex partners being able to have some intimacy and being able to be in an ad campaign that we're able to talk about HIV prevention. So it's really exciting that we're able to kind of be able to talk about this and kind of be able to start breaking this ground. And we have a webpage that is northwell.edu/prep where you can contact our team. It'll send a secure email, and you also can find out information about PrEP as well on that webpage. So there's some great resources that are available. But we talked about PEP, that's the plan B, right? So plan B happens sometimes as well. So it's important that that's available if you need to, but the time and the clock starts after the incident. So it's super important that you're able to engage healthcare and be able to go get the kind of care you need as soon as possible. And the last message I want to talk about is treatment is prevention. So in 2017, a concept really became popularized based off of a number of studies. And basically, if you're living with HIV and you make your viral load go undetectable and stay undetectable for 6 months, it is virtually impossible for you to transmit HIV through sex. So it's really important for us to remember that if you're undetectable, you can be untransmittable. And that's really based on science, and it helps destigmatize taking your medication and also making sure that we can have sex positive messaging. So our team does some really cool stuff. I think you saw a couple of these pictures in one of the videos. This is Babylon Pride in 2021. We actually are outside of our van. Northwell Health actually was able to help support some of the Pride events, and you can see our bling hanging from our van along the way, along the parade route. During Pride Month, we were able to go to lots of great places. We have some stuff outside of Hombre's Lounge. We have some things right here outside of BTK or BTW, and also outside of, ooh, someone help me. Phone a friend. Jackson Heights?
Nutty Sports Bar.
Thank you, Nutty Sports Bar. Thank you so much at Nutty Sports Bar. So we were able to kind of do some really cool stuff and bring out our team to kind of go out and do some fun stuff. Our goal is to be out in the community and to be able to help people know what's going on. The epidemic has changed a lot, but the problem is that we still really like the COVID pandemic. The HIV epidemic still disproportionately affects communities of color, and we really need to make sure that we're really out there doing what we need to do, reaching folks that need to kind of get that care and being able to help keep people safe and healthy. So our team is all over social, so you can reach us through email at PrEP. You can find us on Facebook, you can call us, you can find us on Instagram and also on YouTube. We've got some great YouTube videos with some really nice stuff. Thank you to our mixer for our videos, Jorge. So we've done some really cool things, and I really appreciate everyone's time and work pulling everything together. Our program is offering PrEP and HIV prevention tools, as well as HIV treatment in Rego Park, in Queens Boulevard, in Jackson Heights. I don't have that address here, as well as in our Great Neck location. And if you need any information, you can always contact us at prep@northwell.edu and find out more stuff. We're looking forward to 2022 helping us take the next step. There's some important things that Joe Biden spoke about today that we need to continue to do. One of the key concepts is decriminalizing HIV, and that's really important because a lot of jurisdictions still have that. And so we have a lot of work to still do, but I think that there's a lot of exciting things happening. And coming in 2022, I'm looking forward to seeing all sorts of new options, including new options for HIV prevention, including long-acting injectable medications, which will make it even easier for people to be able to get medications just once a month as a shot or 2 shots instead of having to take pills daily, which is going to be a really exciting thing that I think is going to come once the clinical trials are completed come 2022. So some very cool things that are coming, very exciting stuff happening. And hopefully additional changes will keep happening in the world of HIV and HIV prevention. Thank you so much to everyone for helping to put together this great performance, this great show. And we really appreciate everyone's support for making today happen. And back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Rosenthal. So our next performer, and I hope everybody gets up and starts dancing, is Danny, pronouns he, him, or she, her, and he or she will be doing our Zumba performance.
Hello, everybody. I don't want to do a performance. I want you to dance with me. So you better work. So yeah, please stand up and let's do it. If you feel like you're dying, so turn off the video, please. Not kidding. Just keep doing it. I will be happy to do this. So my name is Daniel Ochoa. I'm a person living with HIV, so I'm very honored to be here and to give a little bit of what really helped me in this process of a person living with HIV, and it was happiness, it was Zumba. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of this. So get ready, stand up, and let's start. Eliana, I think you can spotlight my video, so
Common love isn't for us.
okay.
Created something for
Let's do it.
Don't you agree? Don't you agree?
Okay.
Got me
So that's that.
feeling diamond rich. Nothing on this planet compares to it.
Gio, go.
Don't you agree?
Okay.
Used to go to sleep when I got you next to me. All night I ride with you. I know you got my back and you know I got you. So come on, come on, come on. Let's get physical. Lights out, follow the noise. Baby, keep on dancing like you ain't got a choice. So come on, come on, come on. Let's get physical. Adrenaline keeps on rushing in. Love the simulation we're dreaming in. Don't you agree? Don't you agree? I don't wanna live another life, 'cause this one's pretty nice. Living it up. Who needs to go to sleep when I got you next to me? All night I ride with you. I know you got my back and you know I got you. So come on, come on, come on. Let's get physical. Lights out, follow the noise. Baby, keep on dancing like you ain't got a choice. So come on, come on, come on. Let's get physical. Hold up, just a little tighter. Come on, hold up. Tell me if you're ready. Come on, baby, keep on dancing. Let's get physical. Hold up, just a little tighter. Come on, hold up. Tell me if you're ready. Come on, baby, keep on dancing. Let's get physical. All night I ride with you. I know you got my back and you know I got you. So come on, come on, come on. Let's get physical. Lights out, follow the noise. Baby, keep on dancing like you ain't got a choice. So come on, come on, come on. Let's get physical. Let's get physical. Physical. Let's get physical. Come on.
Nice. Okay. So now we're gonna do some merengue. So dip. ¿Dónde va? Dip. Epa, Ya.
A mí me gusta ver con la sabrosura con que esa morena mueve la cintura.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Cuando llega al baile, llama la atención. Y en el escenario, ella se roba el show. Baila con su estilo, como un figurín. Por eso es que yo digo que esta negra tiene swing.
Eva! Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Shoulder, shoulder. Okay, right.
Con la sabrosura, con esa morena, mueve la cintura.
Left, go.
Con la sabrosura, con esa morena, mueve la cintura. Cuando llega al baile, llama la atención. Y en el escenario, ella se roba el show. Baila con su estilo, como un figurín. Por eso es que yo digo que esa negra tiene swing. Y tiene swing, y baila swing, y goza swing. Qué lindo swing. Y tiene swing, y baila swing, y goza swing. Qué lindo swing, swing, swing.
Good. Vamos, vuelta.
Qué swing.
Turn it.
Manito. Rosario.
Eva.
Y tiene y baila, qué lindo, y goza, y tiene y baila, y goza, con mucho. Ok, mujeres, todo el mundo.
Right, left. Turn it. Eva. Right, left.
Johnny,
La
gracias.
derecha va, right.
Alicia y swing.
Turn. Up. Turn.
Bacandi.
Hey.
Y tiene y baila y goza, qué lindo. Y tiene y baila y goza, con mucho.
Eva.
Ahora, mujeres. Ahora, los hombres, muevan. Todo el mundo.
Forward, back. Yeah, forward, back. Hey.
Bomba. Rosario.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yes. Breathe. Get some water.
You know,
And now we're gonna have something a little bit
I think you
easy.
might like to hear something from us. Nice, easy. But there's just one thing. You see, we never, ever do nothing. Nice, easy. We always do it nice, rough. But we're gonna take the beginning of this song and do it easy.
Turning.
But then we're gonna do the finish. Rough.
Hold down.
It's the way we do. Proud Mary. And we're
If we roll it,
Listen to the story.
nice.
Left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day. And I never lost 1 minute of sleep, and worried about the way that things might have been.
Burn it.
We'll keep on on turning.
Down.
Proud Mary, keep on burning. And we're
And we
rolling,
run. Woo!
rolling, yeah, rolling on the river. Cleaned up our plates in Memphis.
Hey,
Pumped a lot of change down in New Orleans.
let's go.
But I never saw the good side of the city until I hitched a ride on the riverboat queen.
Turn it.
We'll keep on turning.
Down.
Proud Mary, keep on burning. And we're rolling, rolling, yeah, rolling on the river. I say we're rolling, rolling, rolling on the river, the river.
Easy, right? What happened with the music? So we're rolling, woo, rolling, woo, rolling at the river. La 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 la, hey! La 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 la. Na 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 na. Que pasa el DJ que va a quedar sin voz. La 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 na na na. Keep on turning down, down, up, burning, burning, burning. Woo! Say we rolling, Eva, rolling, woo, rolling at the river. So we rolling, woo, rolling, yeah, rolling at the river, the river. Yes, okay. Let's see if can you guys listen to the music? No.
We are having a minor technical difficulty. Give us 2 minutes.
Okay. Good.
Friendly reminder to hydrate.
Yes, please. Now you have some time. Don't die, please. Oh, look. There is another way to see everybody. And I'm here like, oh my God, nobody's dancing. Okay. Woo! Do you like the warm-up? Great. Because the class is about to start. Okay, let me see.
Well, I will say that this performance so far has taught me that I need to exercise a little bit more, guys. Because
Ariana, let me see if I can share my audio. Do you want that? Okay, let me see, because I can play Spotify. Can you hear that? Okay, great. So let's pick up where we left.
Thank you, Danny.
Ready? Woo! Run, run! Hey! Hey! Wave your hands at least. Jump. Ella. Burning! Hey! Woo! Sarah Rowley! Okay, you got it. Show me. Show me. Burn it. Teacher, help. Okay, now let's do cool down and we're ready, okay? Do you like sexy? Okay, let's see. Okay. No. Let me see. I think I need a song that actually helps because you guys look sleeping. Let's see. There we go. I think you know this song. Eva! Okay, you gotta sing. And lip sync, okay? If you're singing, go to your hands. Ahí. Como la flor, Eva. Ahí. Yo sé de qué, pero ay, yes, ay, ay. Okay, now remember the sexy one or the beautiful one for this Christmas. Hug them if I ain't compatible. me marcho hoy. Hey, pero hoy, ¡epa! Hoy. Nice. Breathe, breathe, let's breathe. Como una flor, de tanto amor, Eva. Me marcho hoy, pero hoy, nice. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, everybody, for taking the time and come here, because these days it's special for many of us. So feeling like we aren't alone, it's amazing. So thank you so much.
That was amazing. Thank you. Awesome. So now our next performer will be Miguel again. Again, the Zoom is, the Zelle is provided if anybody wants to make a donation. And Miguel will be singing I'll Always Love You.
I'll always love you for the rest of my days. You have won my heart and soul with your sweet and sexy way. You gave me hope when I needed someone near. You bring me happiness every day of the year. And I'll always love you for all that you are. You have made my life complete. You're my lucky star. You are the one that I've been searching for. You are my everything. Tell me who could ask for more. And I'll always love you. Honey, this will never end. No, no. Need you by my side, baby. You're my lover, my friend. You are the one that I've been searching for. You are my everything. Tell me who could ask for more. Hey, baby, you are my everything. I need you by my side, that's why I love you. Te quiero, te adoro, tú eres mi único tesoro. I need you by my side, I hope you realize. Como jardín de rosas, vas arreglando mis cosas. You're my everything, and that makes me wanna sing. Thank you.
Our next performer is Fantasia, pronounced she, her, from Queens, New York. Again, the Zelle numbers are provided if anybody would like to donate. Fantasia will sing Todo Cambia.
Muchísimas gracias una vez más por la maravillosa oportunidad de a través de la música poder compartir momentos mágicos como este, siempre tratando de llevar, pues si no el nombre, la presencia de quienes somos y de quienes representamos, perteneciendo al colectivo arcoíris que nos caracteriza por la armonía, la felicidad, la alegría y el amor, porque el amor es amor en cualquier presentación. Muchísimas gracias. Su amiga de siempre, Fantasia.
Cambia lo superficial, cambia también lo profundo, cambia el modo de pensar, cambia todo en este mundo, cambia el clima con los años, cambia el pastor su rebaño, y así como todo cambia, que yo cambie no es extraño.
Once again, Fantasia will be performing another song. Again, Zelle information is in the chat if anybody would like to donate as well. Awesome performance by Fantasia. Fantasia is actually in the audience. So muchísimas gracias por esa canción tan bello. The next performer is Anna with, I believe, our last song. And the song that she will be singing is Last Dance.
Last dance.
Yes, it's my last chance. Romance tonight. I need you by me, beside me, to guide me, to hold me, to scold me. 'Cause when I'm bad, I'm so bad. So let's dance, the last dance. Let's dance, the last dance. Let's dance, the last dance tonight. Let's dance for love. Yes, it's my last chance for romance tonight. Oh, I need you by me, beside me, to guide me, to hold me, and hold me. 'Cause when I'm there, I'm so bad. So let's dance, the last dance. Let's dance, the last dance. Let's dance, the last dance
And that concludes our performances. I now will invite Gio to discuss our program.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Gio from the CYAAPH team. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. We're really honored that you decided to spend your night with us on this very important day. To learn more about your status, PrEP, and PEP in HIV care, please contact us at prep@northwell.edu or find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. We actually have our information all listed in the chat, and I'll make sure to put it in there again once I finish the slide. Also, please consider making a donation to our LGBTQIA health initiatives here at Northwell. I put it in the chat. I will put it in there again. You can simply follow the link attached to your Eventbrite and Zoom invites, or email us for links as well. This fundraiser will remain open until the end of December. And a special thank you, if we can just go to the next. Thank you. And a special thank you to our amazing superstar, Jorge Montes, from our CYAAPH team for truly making this event come together. Jorge put a tremendous amount of effort into producing the performances you saw here tonight. Please give a round of applause for Jorge. Get up, stand up, shout from the rooftops. Thank you, Jorge. That was amazing. We are so thankful for you and your hard work. And also a special thanks to Andres Lounge for allowing us to record our performances for this incredible event here tonight. So thank you again, everyone. We're gonna leave up a slide of our donation page and how to contact the CYAAPH team to request the HIV test, PrEP, and PEP linkage. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all.
So the DJ is going to play about 15 minutes of music, so you're more than welcome to stay logged on. And here's our information. We hope everyone enjoyed and had a great time. Thank you so much for attending.
Thanks specifically to Gio and to Eliana for putting the whole program together. Thanks, guys.
Keep telling me to leave. So let's get down, let's get down to business. Let's get down, let's get down to business. Hey, one more night, got it. Really nights just like this. So let's get down, let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give me one more night, got this. We've had a million nights just like this. Let's get down, baby. Back and forth, the bush. All said before, I don't need it. It's been a while since I had your attention. Take my heart to it. We can't leave it the same. And I can't do this for another day. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night, got it. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night, got it. Had a million nights just like this. Let's get down to business. 1990, jump right on the scene with the lean and a pocket full of green. The green doesn't sound like the man on the top, but the RoboCop last year was a shot. The tone of the pop like Kurt shook your butt. Kids are screaming, the media says what? Kind of music is this for you to dance with? The man with the plan and the man demands you. Leave the smack and crack for the whack.